Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Play Radio Station. I'm your host, Flav Beats. My name is Favor Obasi A.G.E, and I'm excited to talk to you guys about psychology of color. First of all, happy Memorial Day. I can't forget to say that. And everybody is having a great time. Everybody is trying to do something with their time. And people are trying to buy stuff. People are trying to get involved. People are trying to, get back on their games. Summer body goals. Buying the newest stuff. Speaking of buying the newest stuff, did you know that 84.7%, I repeat, 84.7% of consumers, you see, that's another one. 84% of consumers, and I'll say this probably more accurately, 84.7. I'm just saying this like probably 4 or 5 times because it's real. One more time. 84.7% of consumers cite color. I repeat, cite color as the primary reason why they buy a particular product. Let me give you an example. A quick example would be the color of your phone, the color of your car, the color of your toothbrush. That matters to you. You may think, it's just a color. The reason why you picked it is because it stood out. It was a different color, different from a color that you didn't want. Period. It's just facts. So that's what brands do. Brands put themselves in places where they can express themselves perfectly and create a story to tell without having to be too direct. Does that make sense? Like, if I give you a color today and you like that color, you're probably going to use that color or wear that clothes because that color looks good. If that color does not look good, you may not wear it. That's just a fact. So I'm going to give you guys a few things where people can understand, where you can understand, where we can understand together how we can be able to improve on how to get the best color out for yourself, for your brand, for your business, for your anything. Like, who do you want to represent? Something even as simple as an Instagram post. What kind of color do you want people to see? And you got to know that it got to be comprehensive. It got to be something that people can learn. And it better be something people can read. Because if they can't read it, they won't learn it. And if they won't learn it, they won't comprehend it. And if they won't comprehend it, you lose. It's just terrible like that, but it's reality. So you need to be very, very particular about that. And think about it like this also. 42% more often are ads in color than in black and white. And it's a big thing because if you have an ad and your ad is running in black and white, you may not get as much traffic. I've tried it before. The traffic was not very attractive. I'm serious. So you got to use it the right way for the right reason at the right time in the right method. So people look at visual appearance when they buy stuff. People look at the texture. People look at the texture. People look at the visual appearance. They look at the texture. They look at the sound, the smell. What do they hear on the ads? What do they get fed with? And then the color increases that brand recognition. So imagine that color being 80% of your task. That means your 20% of the feel, the texture, all the good stuff, that 20% is already taken care of because you took care of the bigger picture, which is the brand. The brand has a color, it has a feel. So that feel, you maintain that feel and gave that feel a standard by adding stuff to it that people can recognize. So that 20% is where the meat is. The 80% is where the focus is. So your focus needs to attract people to the meat, to the plate. And for that to happen, you need to look right. You need to feel right. You have to smell right. You have to sound right. You have to feel right, like in texture mode. All those things matter. All those things matter. They don't just happen. You need to think about those things. So one thing I will say is you got to think about what color you want to use for your brand. And in this episode, I'm going to give you guys a few things you probably may not have thought about, but you may see. For example, restaurants, right? What color do you see restaurants mostly in? I know you're thinking probably red, orange, yellow, a little bit, yeah, I would say green, but no. But there's green in like a tad bit. But mostly you see red. You see all these big companies. And when you see red literally invokes an emotion. It evokes a strong emotion. It encourages appetite. It shows love. It shows passion, intensity, things that you want to happen, and definitely increases your heart rate. So imagine you're seeing something red. It's increasing your heart rate. You're buying it. It's invoking an emotion, and you're hungry. That's the math I'm trying to tell you. So you got to think about what these colors do to you. You don't probably see it. You don't probably even feel it, but it's happening. That's the reality. I'll give you an exact opposite color. Communication equipment, Xfinity, all these great, stores. What color do they have? Blue. You know what I'm saying? They won't have red, because red on a communication device is kind of scary. Think about it. You have to show a reason why your colors look different. That's why other colors like yellow, it's not red, but it's pink. Like T-Mobile is pink. It's not red. That just tells you that you cannot use certain colors in certain industries because it's just the wrong message. You're sending the complete opposite direct message, and you don't want that when you start. So you have to know what your color is, know exactly what your color is representing. I'll give you another example. At the top of my head, I will go into stuff like probably a good one. Okay, let's do this. A good one is real estate. In real estate, you want to see real estate. You want to see land. And what color is land? Green. So imagine if you're putting purple. You're literally losing your audience from the jump. It's not even helpful at all. So when you think about it, know what color you're using. So real estate is green. If I have a green logo, a green sign, people are enjoying that color. They are attracted because they can see stuff. You can also use colors like blue, but the majority of the day, people who really capture everything get it in the color that's the primary color. So of course you're gonna have a primary color, you're gonna have a secondary color, you're gonna have a tertiary color, but your primary color has to stand out. And what stands out more is what stands out best. So what's the best color for you in that regard? Green. So you gotta be sure about what you want for your business. And I'll give you the last one, and that's the one I'm in. This is about entertainment, and it's about apparel and accessories. If you're into fashion, then you can definitely look at it from this angle of, I got three main colors. I got black, I got red, and I got a hint of orange. But black is the big chunk of where your brand as a clothing store should be. When I say black, think of Nike, think of Adidas. Then think of red, think of Macy's. Think about how these colors make sense to you and how they feel, but not exactly how they are. Like, when you see them, they should invoke an emotion, right? But they should invoke an emotion in the right place. And that's what brings the best value back to you. So if you have a fashion line, I would recommend black. Have black out there. Have something that is standing out. Have a dope logo. People have amazing logos. Like, I've seen some logos, I'm like, wow, whoever made this was really in their element. So you got to bring it out. Let it stand out. Let it have a big sentence. And then you can now build it from there. And then if it has something attached to it, have two colors, so you can blend them too. Because sometimes if you have two colors, it helps with flow because it's fashion. But have your primary color as black so that you can be able to really, really, really stand out. And then, of course, orange is like a hint of yellow or gold, so you're still within that range and it can work out for you. So think about confidence. Think about sophistication. Think about passion. Think about what these colors are doing. And when you know what these colors are doing, you know how to deal with them. When you listen to them, when you see them on TV, when you see them, every day you see colors. Go to Times Square today. I've not been there myself, but when I see things on the internet, I can see that, oh wow, this is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? But I can only imagine the number of things happening at the same time. Those are colors. Colors mean a lot in branding. A color like blue, for example, blue is very, very calm. It's peaceful. It's most preferred by men, surprisingly. If you see a blue logo, it's more like, okay, it feels good. You know what I'm saying? And it's not anything bad. It's just known to be a production or productivity color, and most of them use the colors for offices or for something important. But it just shows that there's security, there's trust, there's a brand to stand up with, and it's things that you can use for your business. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you need to know what you want for yourself, and then you can build it from there. So all I'm trying to say today is, I'm not trying to tell you what color to pick or what color is what. All I'm just saying today is, when you pick a color, do your research. There's so much information out there you can learn about colors, emotions, marketing. What does it mean? What is a company? What is your goal? As soon as you achieve your goal and know, okay, this is what I want to achieve, the color that you pick is gonna now determine how effective your business is gonna be. Think about it. Just think about Netflix. If Netflix was blue, you would not watch. Like, it's gonna be weird. Like, that. So, but Disney is blue. So think about all those things I'm telling you. They all have an effect on somebody, but you need to know exactly why you're using that. It just has to make sense, and you will definitely see the impact as you keep understanding and keep growing in this branding phase. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Feel free to ask, feel free to reach out, and click the link in the description and get all the information so that we can be able to talk, we can be able to have a great time. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode, because we're going to have a lot of discussions about a lot of good stuff. So thank you so much, and have a wonderful, wonderful day, and have a good night.